Goal. You are listening to the Heart of LAFC podcast. And now, Joseph Zacher.
Greetings, Los Angeles. Welcome to episode 364 of the Heart of LAFC podcast. First, we're going to call it a bump in the road, as the guys took a minor hit here at home, a rare one, on their journey. So, definitely we're going to cover that. We're going to, of course, cover the return leg. Go figure on a home and home, and get you up to date, of course, with LAFC 2 and some international call-ups. Yeah. Busy times. Of course, we've got the crew here. We've got Bam, we've got Araceli, and we have Tony. Fresh and ready to go as Tony comes back from watching Beetlejuice. Check you out. It is on. So let's get you guys where we need to get you. Tony, how are you doing tonight, sir?
Doing pretty well. It was, again, I think that's what we should have seen against Seattle. Luckily, we didn't that, but against Houston, it's kind of I don't know, it's a mixed feelings about it because there's points that were left on the table, especially with the supporter shield race going on, and it's just having conversations with friends after the game. I went to go see the Roma Juventus game and having conversations with my little knit group of that day for that day. It's going to be either, if it continues the way we're doing and we say we get first in the West, we might have a trip to Ohio or Miami, unless we, move forward with that.
Exactly. We at this point, the vibe I'm getting from this defeat just wasn't our night. Honestly, they weren't playing terrible. They were playing a little tired, and it looked tired. But ultimately, it was one of those nights. Sometimes you have them, especially when you have a busy schedule where it doesn't connect. Not that anybody was terrible or anything like that. It's just it wasn't happening. That's the way I saw the match. Bam, from what you saw, your take, man.
From what I saw, we did a couple of things quite well, but when we lapsed is when we got hit hard. We should have cleared the ball for that first goal. We didn't, and then we got beaten on pace by the second goal. What more could you do? So,
yeah,
all we can do is go. We know what we did last game. We've got some changes coming in for this game. It's the second leg of a double header. Let's see what we can do. We're down 2-0 after the first leg. Let's try and get it back.
And on the bright side of things, and Araceli, you probably can touch on this. Everybody that we were chasing, they slipped up too, right?
I mean, I'll be honest. I really don't have much an opinion on the run of play or anything because I slept through the game. But otherwise, I mean, I'm being honest. I haven't really looked at the highlights or anything, but based on what I've heard of it, I mean, obviously, would have liked to see a different result. But if the boys are to drop points, I'd rather have them drop it now than when it really counts in October.
And for the West, it was a push. Mm-hmm. Carson fell to St. Louis, right? So it won off the schedule, that's for sure. With still a few games in hand. Again, not the end of the world. We could definitely survive this one. It didn't really hurt us too much, except burning a game off the schedule. That was pretty much the pain from it all. Injuries, not much to talk about there either. So again, survivable situation. Now, looking at the match itself and how things broke down, I'm definitely going to go to Tony here after I give you guys the lineup, because honestly, we did put up a strong lineup. I know. We had Boanga, Bogus, Olvera up top. We had Sanchez. O'Brien got the start. Palencia and Hollingshead were out there as well. We had Long, Chanot, and Segura holding things down in the back, of course, because Murillo's not 100%. And Lloris was back in goal. So it's not like it was a hodgepodge lineup or anything like that. A few changes, necessary changes. But yeah, rough play. Now, the other side of it, of course, they came out with a 4-2-3-1. Physical as always. Ponce was up top. Bassi was their central midfielder. Kowalczyk and Aliyu were their outside mids. Artur and Herrera holding it down. Sviatchenko and Mikhail were their center backs. Again, no surprises here. Dorsey, Escobar, the outsides, and of course, Clark, with probably the worst haircut I've seen in my life, was in goal. So there you go. A little bit of the expected lineup. No real shock at all. Physicality was there, and as Bam said, I mean, they got 2. It's probably the only 2 times they could have really burned us, and they did. And I'll go to Tony. You explain what happened on both of these goals, man.
Let's be honest. The first goal was kind of like, I think we got lost in defense. Tired legs is the first one, and the second goal, their new guy. Unfortunately, he's kind of left the game afterwards. So it's unfortunately that's the thing with sports is you have a good game but he's dangerous, and he just kind of glided through Lloris and just put the goal in. But it was just we never had pressure on the ball. It was literally like tired legs going back to back while Houston's had, weeks of rest.
They've had rest.
Yeah. So weeks of rest. So it's just it was just a lot of like mental mistakes. Tiredness is an issue. The only one and then you can tell as a lot of people have said, and you can tell by the faces, is Martinez on one play where he could have had a nice run down the wing, kind of just gave up on the ball, and you could see everybody on the field just upset with him because I was like, you should have made that run. You have the freshest legs. You are the youngest, so why aren't you making this run? But like I said, yeah, exactly. So it's just one of those things of like, all right, we lost. It's now we have a week rest, and we play them again to make up from the last one from weather storms and hurricanes and everything like that. So this is the makeup game, and we can see what's going to happen moving forward.
Yeah. So ultimately, the takeaway is, well, it didn't go as planned. Houston, of course, does have our number, as we explained in the last episode. They just do. I think this is now 3 in a row that we've lost to these guys in the last 5 games. I think, was it 4 out of the last 5 were losses. It's just that team that has our number. They just do. Now we go back to their house. Yeah, it never goes quite well there. But then again, we never quite kick off when we're supposed to kick off when we go over there either. So that doesn't help. I mean, it's always a weather disaster. We have to deal with them. Of course, the game is a rescheduled game because of weather. So there goes that. Hey, Bam, I'll throw it to you, sir. When we head over there, is there going to be any weather delays again?
So just look at the weather for people that are going there. It actually looks like it's going to be a nice day. So the weather for the day is supposed to be a high of 88. So not too shabby.
Okay.
And then at night, a low should hit about 67. During the day, UV index of 10, 61% humidity. Sunset at 7:35. So it should be a nice night over there.
No weather listed. There we go. So hey, that goes well for us, right? It bodes well. We're not getting attacked by lightning, thunder, hurricanes, or anything like that. I mean, something's good there. That's for sure. Aracella's laughing at us right now talking about the weather. Yes, Araceli.
If you guys watched the Chiefs game at all, you would know how we had a thunderstorm appear in 10 minutes, last for 5, and then it went back to being perfect.
Well, that's
also an actual tornado warning. Tornado warning. Yeah.
Also, the refs
right
in your
now,
pocket.
we're actually freezing over here. It's 59 degrees.
And that's why we live in California, except our weather now looks like we're on Mars. So what else, man?
It's currently 65 here.
I think it's still 90 outside at night. I don't know what's going on. We've turned into Vegas. It's just weird. We'll leave it at that, though. We'll leave it at that. At least we know we're going to get a game this weekend. We'll take that. All right. Moving on. Araceli, of course, not the only bad news that fell for the boys in black and gold. Of course, we had another issue with LAFC 2. What happened to them?
Well, unfortunately, the LAFC 2 did fall to Tacoma 2-1 at Titan Stadium this past weekend. Although there was a bright moment when Wibowo scored the team's lone goal in the 82nd minute to pull one back after sliding a ball through the defense, essentially megging the keeper. But like I said, they fell, unfortunately. But next up, LAFC 2 will host SKC 2 this Sunday at 1 o'clock. The match will be streamed on the website on MLSNextPro.com if you're unable to make it. And I know I feel like I've kind of been a broken record a little bit this season, but truly, if you have not made it out to a match yet, I highly recommend that you go check it out. I know the guys love the support. Plus, looking at the schedule, their next home match will be the regular season finale at home, and that is a Monday night game. So if you want to go on a weekend, I think Sunday would be your best shot. Of course, we're not accounting playoffs just yet, but kind of looking at ahead of the playoff picture a little bit here. LAFC 2 is currently sitting in 5th place in a three-way tie of 39 points with Tacoma and the town, aka San Jose. Ventura has 40 points. Both North Texas and St. Louis were the first two teams to clinch a playoffs berth this past weekend. So teams are starting to clinch spots. LAFC 2, it's very possible that they could clinch next week or in the next coming days here.
So there we go. Let's hope they make it. Again, not a lot of games left, so they got to do something. At least get a result from one of those competitions, one of those matches, and then they're in. That's pretty much what we're looking at this point. So there we go. Yeah, San Jose, I mean, come on. Take care of business. Beat the town. That's all I say. All right, moving on to community news. I know, Tony, there was supposed to be a soccer tournament this weekend. Postponed, correct?
Because of the weather, because of fire warnings. Not fire warnings, but like heat warnings, let's be honest. It's out here in California, Southern California. We're pushing over 100. Out here in the valley, it's been like 110. So been staying inside, don't need to go to the sauna that often. Let's just say that. I just do that to step outside. But there are still watch parties that are going to be having soon. So because again, we have a game against this Saturday against our boys in Houston. Hopefully there is no hurricanes, rain, and their perfect pitch that no one shows up to. But TSG will be at Beer Gardens, 206 Northwestern Avenue. Lucky's will be at Lucky Baldwin's, 17 South Raymond Avenue. Empire Boys will be at Sports Nuts Pizza, 1820 Hanner Avenue, Norco. Crew and D9 will be at Creature Comfort, 1124 San Julian Street. And then Pride Republic will be at High Tops Los Feliz, 1714 North Vermont. Cuervos will be at Best Balls, 6331 Woodley Boulevard, Lake Balboa. And Black Army will be at Mount Low Brewing Co., 150 East Street, Joseph Street, Arcadia.
There we go. St. Joseph Street. Not a hard one for kids. I'm just saying.
For other reasons.
Yeah. So yeah, you know how it is. But head on out, support the boys, enjoy the match. If you can make it out there, cool. Make it happen. That's cool. Of course, we've got some busy stuff down the line. So yeah, hang out with the crew. It's not a bad thing. Moving on, of course, we've got the Black and Gold Vinyl Club Minute. I gotta be honest, I have not done my homework properly for this. Who's got one this weekend? Nominees?
I do. Let me look it up real quick because but hold on a second. Oops.
I was just listening to Gooey by Glass Animals.
Glass Animals is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like Glass Animals. Feature on the last FIFA game, or we don't call it FIFA anymore, but EAFC a lot. So yeah, I get you. Anybody else got one?
I would say Linkin Park, but like,
yeah.
I would say Deo because they do a rendition, but that's not the one I wanted.
There you
go. I'll tell you when I was doing some cleaning up, I was actually listening to "Where's My Mind" by the Pixies.
Oh man, yeah, that one's amazing. We'll leave it at that. Where's my mind? Where is our front line? I think would make sense. So good stuff. Yeah. Where are my forwards? As that is going to be the next conversation as we lead into the next match. So well done, sir. You win. Pixies, where's my mind? Like it. Cool. 90s music. specific.
MacArthur
Yes.
Park.
MacArthur Park.
Yes.
Okay. There
by
we go.
By Richard Harris.
Richard Harris. That's some throwback stuff right there.
If again, what I just came watch, you'll know when you hear it.
Yes. That's cool. All right. On it. Like it. Here we go. All right. I do see a couple comments. Not much tonight. I know Fridays are not our normal night. So those of you that braved it and jumped on at the last second, love to all you guys for doing that. Thanks for being flexible. Let me see here. We love these comments. First one. Oh, we got Dave tonight. There we go. He says, hello, y'all. He says, Hugo kept it for being 4 or 5-0. Hugo did good on the night, I gotta say. Had some point blank stuff. Had good control in the game. He looked really into it, like it was proper from him on the day, but the guys just didn't get it done. So good call out, Dave. You're right, man. You can't put this one on Hugo. That's for sure. There's others. That's for sure. Good stuff, man. That's all we got for comments. If you guys have a few more before we call this one tonight, please do jump on and do that. Anything you guys want to ask, you know how we are. It's game on. We are always up for it. Again, hot takes, highly encouraged, always encouraged. It's what we do. All right. So moving on, of course, the preview. Let's get right to it. And we could talk about who's available, who's not. Bam, you said a couple players are missing from Houston, correct?
That is correct. So they've got Quinos out with a knee injury, Sigel out with a head injury. Unfortunately, and yes, he did burn us last game. And Ali, who scored the second goal against us, is out for the season with an ACL. And it's one thing I hate to see. Like, you could see that he's a good player. And I do feel for him. He's a young player and all that. I don't want to see players going out with ACLs because that can destroy your career. And they're also missing out Valdez on international duty. So they got 1 international duty, 3 out injured. And for us, it's a lot are out.
It's painful. I'll just read them off and you guys can cry while I do it, okay? Denis Bouanga, internationally with Gabon. Mateusz Bogusz, internationally with Poland. He didn't even dress for the last game, so I'm actually kind of mad. Omar Campos, Mexico under 23s. Maxime Chenot, Luxembourg. David Martinez, Venezuela. And Christian Oliveira, Uruguay. Man, definitely earned a spot on that team. That's for sure. So that is who's gone. Window goes till the 10th. So very obviously, we're out of luck. Hoping Bogusz dresses for this next match, even though it is a Nations League match. Again, we hope all our guys feature. If they're out there, go play. We hope it happens. We love the fact that our guys do play internationals. We respect the international window. I wish that the league did as well. I think it's a bit bush league. Let's be honest. While everyone else takes a break, we're playing tiddlywinks. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But hey, I guess when you have a successful team that's moving the needle, you might as well punish them, right? I'll just leave it at that. We still got to play the game. And you know what? We still have the roster to do some damage. It's not like we got a bunch of scrubs out there. We got the talent. We've got the depth more than probably anybody else in this league. So guess what? The guys are going to have to deal with it. The guys are going to have to make it happen. If we look at Houston's lineup, honestly, I don't see much different. Right? I mean, it's not going to be too much different. We expect the same approach to the game. We expect pretty much the same lineup, right? Bam. I mean, nobody from that last match outside of the guy that subbed in and got hurt. I mean, they're kind of expected to be back, right?
Yeah, 100%. Like the player that they have on international duty, Valdez, he didn't start last game. So,
No.
So for me, yeah. The other thing you could see is maybe Latif starting the game. Because he only came on as an injury replacement, so we'll see what happens there. But I would be surprised if it's not the same starting lineup.
Yeah, and Latif is kind of utility. He'll come in for a Kowalczyk, he'll come in for a Liu as needed. again, he's like their second leading scorer. I mean, he is producing when he comes into these games. He produced a really nice foul the few minutes that we did see him. I gotta say that was pretty physical on his end, but yeah, don't be surprised if he plays in this game. He's done well in their house, so don't be shocked. Now, for our guys, who's going to replace the top line? I think the one name that's very obvious is Mr. Kamara, right? We know he's in that lineup. Who else? Who goes on the wings? This to me is the question, right? Not an easy one, that's for sure. We got some kids out there, that's certain, but Bam, you're looking at the lineup. Who's going on the wings for us this weekend?
For me, I'm going to say we'll have Mueller. We get a start.
Okay.
And Giroud, we get a start.
Ooh. So then who's gonna be out on the outside then?
I reckon Kai Kamara will be out on the outside.
Probably. All right. It's gonna be tough. Well, who else can you put up there? I mean, I'm looking at you got Ordaz, right?
Yeah.
He's always at the ready. He's always gonna run to death for this team. It could be the story where he gets to start this time. And Giroud and Kamara, of course, split time like they always do. We'll see what firepower we do, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's the guy that goes in. Outside of that, of course, we look at the back line. Not much different there, right? You have Long, you have Chanot, you have Segura. Murillo, it still lists him as injured on my list, but we know how inaccurate that's been lately. Have you guys heard if he's going to be ready for this one?
Going by the MLS, he's still out injured.
Yeah.
So their list, which got updated 3 hours ago.
That's it then. So we know what's happening there. We go to the midfield situation. Last time was O'Brien and Sanchez. I'm thinking it's going to be Atuesta and Sanchez this time. Araceli, your thoughts on the midfield situation? Who are your four?
I think it could be O'Brien and Sanchez again, or Ilie. Why did I say Sanchez? Oh my goodness, it's late.
I know. We're just used to saying Ilie. And then, of course, Hollingshead, Valencia. I don't think there's any question, right? I mean,
I don't think there is.
Lloris, yes, sir.
The only thing that I'm kind of looking at is like how you guys pointed out earlier that I've seen really not much change up in Houston's lineup, and I don't know if this will affect it any, but today Houston announced that Dynamo 2's head coach, Kenny Bundy, got upgraded to interim assistant coach. Again, I don't think it would reflect too much, but I am curious to see if there'll be any type of change for them.
I don't think there will be much change.
Ben Olsen's got so much control and belief in that side, right?
My question for you guys is, looking ahead one game, do you play Palencia where he gets a yellow, he misses next game, or you leave him off?
I think he plays. The way it's always been with our management is they never really have the concern for cards. They don't pull guys for cards, Tony, right? They don't do it.
No, unfortunately, they just go in, look bull and fucking, let's say, China shop.
Yeah, good luck with that. I mean, hey, if he gets a card, then Hollingshead gets to be on that side. Yay! Escobar's back from Olympic duty, or under 23 duty, let's say that, and that's just how it's got to be. I honestly, that's just how they roll. Tillman's another story, guys. I mean, he did get some minutes. He did come into the game. Where does he feature in this? Who wants to take this one?
I don't know.
Definitely going to play, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you could have the Sanchez Tillman set up instead, but if Atuesta is available, how do you pass on Atuesta? It's Interesting.
Well, it's also depending
See-
on like how he's gonna play with because he's also a hothead. Let's just be honest.
Lately, yeah. Playing against Houston, we kind of need a hothead. They got their resident hothead, and he kind of ruled the roost last game.
Yeah, but the whole thing with like the hothead is like we also don't have like the how do I say this, like the smarts to use that against them. You know what I mean?
True.
Like
True.
we have like how many times have they've had like yellow cards and we could have just attack them with anyone, even Columbus. Like we don't attack them. We're just like, okay, cool, we have the yellow card, but now we play safe.
Well, anytime we use the dark arts, we end up with 3 injuries.
Yeah.
Right? We try to be all tough with the other guy, and then they end up hurting us. It's a thing. It's this team. I don't know. That does happen. So, yeah, we'll see how the midfield shakes out. I mean, I'll throw this to you, Bam. What are your thoughts on O'Brien so far?
He's a good backup for when we have some yellow cards. I think going into this game, my midfield, and I'm going to throw it out there, will be Hollingshead, Ilie, Atuesta, and then I'll put Brian on the other side. Have Palencia off. If you want to keep him off, put Brian out there, see what he can do out on the wing, let him run a little bit more, and then that way you will have the Ilie Atuesta midfield there. If Brian's not doing so well, you can chuck Tillman in. That way you are saving Palencia. But as you guys said, we don't like doing that because we like just letting cards go however they are.
Roll the dice, right? There is another name if you want to actually have somebody play it on the right side that can cover back if necessary. Of course, that would be one Eric Dueñas. We've seen some moments, but he's a few years older now, right? Yeah. So he's another one that could take that right midfield situation, could take a controlling midfield situation. Now that we play the position higher, it actually probably is more comfortable for him in that role. Could he be a replacement for Palencia? That is an option. What do you think, Araceli?
I see it's an option, but I'm not sure.
Nah, right? Yeah, Dolo. He's going to be consistent with what he shows, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. and he seems very happy with O'Brien. I think we can all agree that the reward is pretty constant right now for him in the lineup. He's happy with his work rate. That's for sure. You can't take that from O'Brien. I mean, he's working hard. There's no question.
He is. But there comes the next question is, because we're missing so many players, do we keep the 3-4-3 going or do we go back to the 4-3-3?
I wouldn't mind the 4-3-3 for this one, honestly. I wouldn't. It's just they seem really happy with this 3-4-3. They just do. Whether it plays well or not, I think we've come to a point where, hey, we can peg a team back better this way. Less risk with less defenders, but actually it does convert back into a 5-man back when necessary. And with 3 center backs, you can make up for a lot of mistakes back there. They're little, we've had moments. We know this. That's for sure. All right. So I think we kind of know where we're looking for this lineup. A lot of similarities, some minor tweaks maybe next to Sanchez, but Sanchez ain't sitting out. I think we can all agree, right? Sanchez is in this thing. There's no question.
Oh.
So there. Yes, sir.
On a happier note, I just want to say this because we still on Houston. Shout out to everyone who stayed after for our LA Unified team. It was a fun time. Weird because like the rules on what everything is, I kind of never understood it, but now I kind of understand it. But it was a cool, fun kind of like it let the emotions go away about the loss. So it was a kind of a happy-go-lucky moment. So shout out to everyone who stayed afterwards on a Saturday night, late night. So thank you all for staying and cheering with us and chanting with us like it was a regular game.
Well done, everybody. A lot stayed. Definitely. That's cool. Definitely cool. All right. I see one comment. Let's throw that one up here. Not sure who said it. It's Burke. Hey, there he is. I like this look from Burke. He says, hoping Hasal gets the start tomorrow. Give Hugo some rest. Also, show Mr. Karma Police why we let him go to Columbus. Mr. Karma Police. Why am I lost on this one? Somebody help me with that one. Oh, yeah, that one. Okay, now I figured it out.
Mhm.
Yeah, the backup. Got you. Yeah, honestly, Hasal, like if you've seen him in warm-ups, he looks fine, guys. It's just he hasn't had the break yet. I think he's starter level. He has been before in this league. I think Araceli can agree. I mean, Hasal would step in no issue, right?
Oh no issue at all. Because we have to remember he's coming to us with a lot of MLS experience as is. So I see him being a good fit for it.
Add in the experience as well. Exactly. And he's bigger too. He's got size. That's for sure.
He's tall.
Counts.
We'll make you feel short. Trust me.
Yeah. So, he's got command of the box. There's plenty good stuff. So Burke, this could be one of those matches. I think we've done this before going to Houston, throwing in the backup. Last time we got smoked over there, McCarthy was in goal. So yeah, backups play in these. Am I right on that? It was that guy. But yeah, there you go. So maybe get a shuffle there. But good looking out there, Burke. He's got a point. The man has a point. He also has a really good profile. I'm just gonna throw that out as well. And with that, I think we're at that moment, about 30 minutes in. The quick Friday night pod as we get you guys ready for Saturday. That's how we do these things. All right. So what does that mean? Final comments. It's what we do, people. I see Junior. Ooh, last second on there. Junior is up. There it is. Peace sign from Junior, man. All love, brother. Good to see you on there too, listening in. All right. So let's do this. Let's get back into it. Final thoughts. I know. I'm going to go to Araceli first. Araceli, what are your final thoughts?
Final thoughts for me. I'm just wishing everyone a fun and safe weekend, whether if you're going to a watch party, if you're going to the LAFC 2 game. Just stay hydrated, honestly. From what it sounds like, you guys are in the middle of a heat wave over there. Whereas for us, I think the high for tomorrow is like 75. So thank you for taking the heat back. No takesies backsies. I'm just saying. But otherwise, I know for like me personally, it's just going to be a very busy weekend. We have the national team in town. So I'll get to see our old buddy, Maxime Crepeau tomorrow, hopefully.
Nice.
And
nice.
Of course, just a long day of Next Pro on Sunday. So
always busy. SKC's coming here soon. We all know this as well. So maybe. But yeah, definitely. Good luck to you on it. Keep it going. Season is wrapping up soon for MLS Next. Playoffs will be there, and Araceli's right into it. So good on you. Keep it going. Of course, Tony surviving in Beetlejuice. Sir, final comments?
Final comments is just be safe out there. I say that because it's also first week of NFL. So I know besides watching LAFC, I know there's going to be a lot of games of watching what's going on. So just be safe, drink responsibly and everything like that. And, let's get at least a point out of this game and keep going forward. But other than that, let's just have fun and keep chatting for the boys. And then we get to have fun and get ready for the big game I know a lot of people have been waiting for. So
always and forever. I'll just add this. May the odds be in your favor if you are playing Fantasy League in the NFL. I know a lot of people doing that. Good luck to all of you. I'll just throw that out there. It's so much fun to play. I get you. I do. Which throws me over to Bam. Final comments, my friend.
Final comments is everyone that's going, be safe, look after each other. You're going into enemy territory. There are dickheads out there that will steal scarves, all that kind of stuff. So look after each other. If you're by yourself, try and catch up with other LFC fans, whether it's on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Always look after each other. Everyone that's staying back at the watch parties, enjoy yourself. If you're going out for games, enjoy yourself. For everyone in the chat tonight, thank you for joining us. When we finish here, if you don't have anything to do for the rest of the night, I highly recommend chucking it on Fox Sports 1 in LA. The Sydney versus Greater Western Sydney AFL final match has just started. So watch that. The final series have started. So there's a new sport for you guys to get on. I went last night and saw my Hawthorn beat Western Bulldogs in front of 100,000 people. So we move on. Bulldogs go home. So that was fun to watch. Again, guys, mental health, serious thing with everything that's been happening over there this week with what's happened. You know, conversations can change a life. Conversations can save lives. Look after each other. It's okay to not be okay. And just be a good person.
Right. Be quality. Be golden. We talk about this every time, but yeah, looking out for each other, communicating is essential. Yeah, I'm in a, I wouldn't even call it a business, but my career, these guys know I deal with this stuff all the time. And yeah, it can go quick. Things can go south very quickly. And so look out for each other. At the end of the day, you got to do it. That's your job as a human, is to look out for your fellow man, right? That is essential. So out there this weekend, I know it's going to be hot. Stay safe, essential. Stay out of the heat if you can. I think it was what Tony can attest to this. We're getting in our cars today, 122 degrees, a little bit dangerous out there. So be careful, folks. And if you're going to the parties, enjoy yourself. That's for sure, but be smart about it. So we can all see you all next week as we get ready for a rivalry match that we love to do. And yeah, I'll save the banter for next week because we're going to have fun with it. That's for certain. And on that note, the final word kicks in. We'll go to Araceli. Final word.
Stay golden.
Tony.
Stay golden, Los Angeles.
Bam.
Stay golden.
And from me to all of you, stay golden, Los Angeles.
Thank you for listening to the Heart of LAFC. Make sure to leave us a rating and review on iTunes or Stitcher. Shoulder to shoulder, the black and gold is taking over.